When you see this sweater, I'm sure that you already know it's time for some poetry. to, I can't imagine my mom watching these and thinking to herself, does this boy not change his shirt like ever? To my mom who is seeing this, who I could just call, I hope that when you see this, you'll understand that I am washing this sweater. I'm just wearing it a bunch of times. All right, this poem is called Ancestry Travels Through Sound. As you can tell, the ancestry is already starting to like travel through my veins. I don't know why that happens. It's like an A. Okay. Sound is ancestry traveling with its shoes untied, laces trailing like small rivers behind every step. A legacy that refuses the museum and chooses motion. Chooses street light, chooses shoulder, chooses throat. It arrives as more than listening. It arrives as body, as a wave you can walk through without ever admitting you needed saving. There is a place made out of vibration where harm cannot follow you in. Not because harm is gone, but because this space has learned a different law. Anything that reaches it must soften, must become breath, must remember what it was before it was sharpened. Here, spirits do not knock, they recognize the door by feel. Remember that scene in Sinners? The whole music transcending generations thing? For some reason, I can't stop thinking about that while reciting. I had to stop the poem midway to summon that reference. I'll start again. Here, spirits do not knock. They recognize the door by feel. They gather the way smoke gathers, the way harm finds, the way harm hands find each other in the dark. They come because they are meant to, because the air has been turned to their names without saying them aloud. Sound draws its own constellations in the map of a heart that once went missing. Not a dramatic disappearance, but oftentimes the quiet kind, and sometimes loud as well. The kind where you still smile and answer and move while inside you are a hallway with no signs. A pulse, a low, patient drum of presence, a drum that connects family, a syllable of light, a note that leans close and says, there, that is north. And suddenly direction is not an instruction, it is a sensation returning and grooving through the body. What the body shows outwardly does not get to overrule the inner spirit. The inward remains intact, breathing behind the ribs like a small, steady animal, alive in a way that does not require permission. None can say this is only noise, because it gives space for all to exist, and not the tight, apologetic kind of space, but the wide space that lets you stretch without shame, the kind that lets you cry without becoming a story, the kind that lets you laugh without explaining why. Music is our greatest contradiction. It breaks every known rule and still sounds like truth. It slides past theory like a hand through water. It invents its own physics mid-air, and the miracle is not that it disobeys. The miracle is that it arrives coherent, arrives gorgeous, arrives breathing. It lines the sidewalks not as decoration, as infrastructure, as if every street has a hidden vein and every song is the blood returning. You walk and it walks with you, not behind, not ahead, through. A moving atmosphere that carries the ancestral as if it is the present tense, as if lineage is not a chain but a current, as if memory can be worn like warmth. And the most powerful parts remain invisible, the way the strongest roots do not announce themselves, the way instinct does not need an audience, the way the psyche repairs quietly when it finally believes it is safe. Sound becomes an extension of our senses, a sixth sense that does not sit in the head, but spreads through the skin, through teeth, through the soft machinery of the chest. It is the communication that knows silence is also a language, that absence is also a message, that survival can be translated into melody without losing its meaning and harmony. Let it be wave, let it be body, let it be the unseen hand holding the compass steady inside you. Let it gather the spirits meant to gather. Let it trace its star work across the places you thought were empty. Let it breathe through your life like air that has finally learned your shape. Terrific and unruled and free. Until you remember you were never broken, only waiting for the right vibration to call you home. Thank you very much. And in this poem, I would actually be ashamed if I didn't suggest an album of some sort. It's called The Trance of Seven Colors by Mahmoud Ghania. I'm pretty sure I'm mispronouncing his name, so I'll spell it. And Pharoah Sanders. So once again, it's called The Trance of Seven Colors. I listen to it on vinyl because my uncle has it. He's like a connoisseur of music. I wish to, if I'm half of what he is in musical refinement, I think I'll be okay. But it's a great album. You can find it on YouTube. I'll link it in the description. It's wonderful. And the story is even better. I'll put a picture of the album description in the comment section. But yeah, thank you for hearing and being here. And may sound continue to guide and love y'all. Love.